Hey guys, this is Mongolian Mindset, and we got the whole gang with us today. Thomas is here. We're gonna be interviewing Gabe to help him find his personality type. Gabe will be asking questions. You don't have to go in any like traumas, anything like that. What you use or say, we will use to triangulate down on your best fit type. And you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, hello. I'm Gabriel. I'm 21 years old. I'm a student, and I found the channel, and I thought it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. What was your introduction into like typology or whatnot? Like what?
like I don't know, 5 years ago, I don't know, a bunch of years ago, I found 16 personalities.com. You know the website, right?
Yeah, I know the website. How'd you do on it? Like, what'd you think about it?
Um,
It was fun, you know?
I mean, it was cool initially, but then I discovered cognitive functions, and then I also discovered like other systems, let's say. And I realized it was actually pretty bad. And then we also had the people who actually they ran the test, they selected neutral on everything, and they found out the test actually had a bias on all the four letters. So I was like, okay.
So, well, yeah, I
What
mean,
kind of bias?
ISTJ, if I remember.
So if you select neutral on all the questions, you get
Yeah.
ISTJ? Really?
I don't know if they fixed it. It's been a while.
yeah, that test is really bad because it like asks you how you feel today and shit. Like every kind of thing that's like subjective to the how you feel today, and plus it doesn't factor in a lot of things. Because I would believe if Arnold Schwarzenegger took that test, he'd probably get ENTJ.
Mm-hmm.
Percent people to get ENTJ because he's very like people oriented. But basically, what people have done is allowed him to get his vision, so he's kind of like loves people. You know, it's kind of like weird.
Wait, let me make sure. What type is he?
Huh?
What type is he?
INTJ.
Okay, okay.
But because his vision, he's achieved his vision with the help of people. Like people are responsible for the reason he achieved his vision. So, even though he's an INTJ, he would think he's ENTJ
Ah,
because they
so
have
so
percept.
like so people like ask him like how did you get here or whatever, and he's like yeah, it's this guy and that guy.
Mhm.
I
Or
see.
like ENTPs would probably most likely if they took that test, they get an introverted personality type because they can come off very, very introverted.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them can come off very introverted. But what do you want to be remembered for?
Uh, Nothing. I don't know.
Hmm?
I don't know. I don't get the question.
I said, what do you want to be remembered for? Like like if you're dead and gone, what would you like to be remembered for?
Should I be remembered for? I
Yeah.
mean, you're assuming I'm living so I can be remembered.
Hmm.
You're assuming that I live so that I can be remembered.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what do you want to be remembered for? Like you don't want to be remembered for anything. Like there's nothing like you want your family to be like, hey, I love this guy, or like friends like, oh, I
Well, I
love this
mean,
guy, or make
I
an
guess
impact on the
I
world.
guess it'd be nice if people don't hate me or like they don't think bad of me.
So you don't have
Uh, I'm not thinking, okay, I'm gonna do this so that when I die, uh, people react this way. Like,
hmm. Yeah, I mean, some people in general care about like, leaving like some type of impact on the world or a type of legacy or like some vision or
yeah,
anything like that. Um, so what is a normal weekend like for you?
pretty chill, I guess. Don't really do anything particular. Don't have a job yet.
Hmm. What type of job do you want?
Uh, I'm not sure yet, but not something of the humanity, let's say. Like, not dealing with people kind of thing.
Um,
Gotcha.
Dealing with objects, let's say.
mhm. What do you think is a skill of yours that separates you from other people?
Um, Mm, strategical thinking, maybe?
Hmm?
Strategical thinking.
Strategic, yeah.
I don't know how you're interpreting strategical thinking, but yeah.
Yeah. And like when you go about your strategic thinking, how do you walk me through your process?
Wait, what process?
Like how do you go about strategic thinking for yourself?
Well, okay, I don't have a good word for what I'm trying to explain. Um, uh, no, I don't know how to explain it.
Like for me, I would say like for me with strategic thinking, I can literally go inside my head and start moving things around, people around, things around like that. Like I kind of know people's skills better than they know their own skills. I know how to kind of get it out of them. Or like I can just like move things around in my head like a chessboard would be the reason why I say most of the time I'm more of a strategic thinker than I would be like anything else. Not to
Uh-huh.
mention a lot of times it just works better for me.
Well, I don't think that's me.
It's all good.
That's
It's all good,
yeah,
man.
okay. I guess that's not a good term then. I mean, I don't
It was different, man. It was different.
yeah, I really don't know. Uh, I guess I can think. Uh, wow, I don't have a term. I just don't.
Okay. Where you see
How
yourself?
do go for it.
Go for it, Shelley.
Okay. How do you know what someone says is true? Somebody's telling you.
I mean, you can verify it, or you can think about it. Like, does someone else think the same? Or does it make sense? Or yeah,
How do you learn new things? Like, what's your process?
uh, just read up,
What's that?
just read about it or listen about it. Like, there's nothing new. Just just go and read. I don't know.
Mhm.
Like, how can you learn other than
Well, there's different types of learning. You can learn through like watching other people. You can learn through reading. You can learn through trial and error. It's a multitude.
Like I personally would learn best by like having a physical experience and witnessing it and doing it with my own hands.
I mean, both can work, I guess, because
Mhm.
people say a thing and then you actually see it, and then, oh, that's what you meant. It's kind of a light bulb sometimes.
Mhm. Like for me, it would be like if I was learning something new, I would do a lot of research before, kind of like usually map it out in my head or play the event in my head. Because if I can play it in my head or something, then I'll have a strong connection when I do it myself. And then I'll try it myself. And then if I suck, continue until you get it down. And that's how I would learn something new. But everyone's different.
Yes, for memory purposes is why I mentioned having an actual experience.
Yeah. Um, if you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for and why?
Being smarter, being physically stronger, like sort of superpowers, I guess, in a sense. All right.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what the third wish would be. Maybe money.
Um,
I mean, uh, it's on my tongue. Um, being no, not attractable.
okay.
God, how am I? What the fuck is the word? No, not when someone looks good. No, when someone's not desirable, everyone wants to fuck one. Everyone wants to be in a relationship with them.
Oh, you want to be
All
like
that.
James Bond?
Not popular.
Hmm?
Like people to love you. Like in a
Admire you,
romantic
you
way.
mean? You want to be admired?
Famous?
I mean that's cool too, but that's not what I meant.
Like famous or what? Popular?
No, let's say there's a girl and she likes me and she wants me.
Desired.
I'm a certain way when she does that.
Sexual appeal, sex appeal up? You want to have a lot of sex appeal?
I guess that's part of it. It's one half.
Yes.
The other half is non-sexual.
Yeah. Okay.
How often do you not socialize with people?
How often do I socialize with people? I mean, I guess not really often. I mean, I don't have friends in real life. I only know people online, so I think that tells you a lot.
Nothing wrong with that, man. There's a lot of people that just have friends online. It's a totally different era. It's you know, that's where the future's going anyway.
How do you feel when you interact with strangers, like in a group setting?
Strangers in a group setting. I don't like that. I mean, I don't know. I guess yeah. I mean, I don't like that, and then I'm a little tense too. Don't do anything weird. Don't look weird. Um, and then I guess that's kind of it.
Man, do you ever get performance anxiety?
Yeah.
So what
I
is
mean,
your
I was thinking. Sorry, I was thinking about this session, like what we're gonna do, and I was thinking. I was also thinking maybe I should apologize to him because someone told me something actually. That you want to hear? Should I tell about it?
Yeah, sure. Let's hear it.
So I think I'm an intj, right? And there's this person, and you know they look at my and they come into my DMs and they say, dude, I really think you have FE Trickster based on that introduction message. And you know they screenshot me the introduction message on the in the master server. I'm like, wow, I'm just insulting this guy. I didn't even realize that I was insulting this guy.
Dude, I don't give a shit, man.
Oh, that's good to know.
But yes, bro, you're correct. You are not intj. I mean, it's quite apparent here. Um, um, I mean,
Like you're saying INTJ, what vectors?
what are things you're trying to work on?
What I'm trying to work on, I mean, I guess, I mean, I have my university to do, and then nothing specific, I guess. I mean, there's a game I play. I like playing it. It'd be good if I could play more of it because I
no,
can
like
interact with
about
others.
yourself maybe? Like,
Say again?
are you trying to work on anything like within yourself? Like,
Yes and no. I mean, no. It's such a
no.
stupid question because it's not like it's not like I think myself as a superior human being. But I want to say it's not like, okay, here's Gabe and he's doing, you know, this thing every day, 7 days a week, you know, like not that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, what are your dreams and goals, man?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I want to be financially stable, I guess, in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Although, to be honest, I don't think my future is really okay. See, I hate myself, but at the same time, I don't think nothing bad is really gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guaranteed until my later 20s maybe to let's say still live in this apartment, for example. And generally speaking, like stuff in my life has worked out well enough.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say you hate yourself? What was the first thing you said?
Well, I mean, how can an INTJ not hate themselves?
I
Just trying to
mean,
get some leverage.
I mean, like, look, a lot of people, like,
There's a
when you're
lot
going
of
into
relationship.
oh, wait, what are you saying?
I was talking to Thomas, sorry.
I was gonna say, you go on Discord or on whatever forum you want, and you see people talk, and they also describe and like, okay, here's INTJs and like NTJs, they're like NI, they want all this stuff, and wow, they're just go-getters, and they just do all this stuff, and man, give them a week, they're gonna conquer the universe, and I'm like, man, I'm not a superhuman like that. I wish I could be like that.
But everyone's different. Everyone has like different motivations, you know. Everyone goes about things differently. Um, I think I always tell a lot of people it's like you can't really compare yourself to other people. And like, first of all, NI is subjective to the user. It's an introverted function, so it's subjected to the user. Not all NI is on the same wavelength, you know. For example, I would classify my NI kind of willpower-ish. Shelly's NI is kind of like more Shelly and Thomas is more strategic, as a mine is more willpower. Like it's like I can will myself to do anything. Like it's like crazy. Like I can like snap in the zone while I'm like ready to die about whatever I'm going after or doing or whatever. I don't think Shelly and Thomas are probably gonna get that way unless like they have
Magic. Magic, or they create some way to like, plug us into a battery and or a power source and charge us up.
So it's like kind of like that's just what I've noticed is like strategic NI, and it's kind of like willpower NI. It's kind of like subjective to the user, which one they usually get, and some of them can blend it more than others. It's honestly different, and then they'll go about using it in a different way. Like they might have a job that's more data focused, you know. If they have the more strategic one, they're more data, like trying to find trends and stuff like that in the system, engineering, stuff like that. And then you have the other people that are like, I want to be a singer. I'm ready to die to be a singer, you know. They'll have that type of, and then they'll go on the journey of life to become that singer, dancer, or whatever, you know. So yeah.
Well, to be honest, I think he's just kind of young, and I think not all INTJs are going to be able to come up with their vision like when they're younger. It just might take some of them longer. All I could say is just try to like get experiences and just, I don't know. If you haven't come up with a vision, you kind of have to find something, like you have to see someone else doing something that you want to do to kind of come up with like what you want to do. I think that's how INTJs and ENTJs often come up with their vision. In my own case, it was kind of hard to find like a role model like that, like someone who I really looked up to and who I wanted to emulate. But I think that could help. That I think Mercer's done that. Arnold Schwarzenegger did that. It really helps if you could find somebody like that you really like, you want to emulate.
Yeah, it's been tough because I don't really follow the idea of a role model. I was like, well, I'm me, and like I'm me. I'm not that guy. I have my own wants and stuff. I like and dislike my whatever I dislike. Like, you know?
I don't know. For me, like when I was younger, I would always see anime and stuff like that, like characters. And in my head, like, I mean, I wanted to be like Goku, or I wanted to be like that. So no matter what it is in life, I can trigger something in my head. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna go into like a hyperbolic time chamber. And a hyperbolic time chamber is like an event where Goku goes in there and it's a year in real life, but it's actually a day in there. So it's like a mindset, like I can just like trick on, like, okay, we're cutting off all distractions for like a month and we're gonna work on this, you know, stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I wanted to be like Goku. So then like when I got older, I obviously had muscles and everything like that because I saw Goku and I was like, I want to be like that. I want to be a hero. I want to be like somebody, you know, because when I was a kid, I was like fucking shit at everything. Like, fucking shit. Okay. Had 2 left legs. I tell everybody, 2 left legs. Like when it came to coordination and shit like that, it was like I was the worst person. My brother used to be so mad. Like, man, you fucking like he's an ENTP. It'll come out here and there. He's like, man, you fucking suck. And I'm just like, fuck, man, I fucking suck. I gotta be strategic about shit because I suck so bad. So I always like would try to like come up with systems or anything because I just fucking suck that bad at fucking everything. Like basketball, any of that shit. Like it was just terrible. Some people be like, bro, are you even black? Like you can't you can't like do shit. Like they throw a football and drop the bitch. You know, I don't know what it was about the football, somebody throwing the football, but it's like my brain would think about it too much and I drop it. And they'd be like, God damn, this motherfucker can't catch, this motherfucker can't do shit. So, I mean, but later on in life, it was like when I thought about it, like myself being somebody else, like it all came together. Like when I thought about like, okay, I'm gonna visualize myself being Michael Irvin. He's like one of the best receivers. I'm gonna visualize myself being Randy Moss, or I'm gonna visualize myself being Calvin Johnson. Then I didn't drop any balls, anything like that. But I only figured that shit out later in life, which fucking sucks. But maybe like you could do the same.
Yeah, I can give an example actually. There's this anime, Ace of Diamond. Have you seen it?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it.
and
Ace of
like
Diamond. I haven't seen it. Is it like a
it's like
shonen?
no, it's about baseball actually.
Okay.
See, I've never seen baseball before, but then I watched the anime and I was like, wow, I wish my country did this sport. Why didn't I get to play this? This game actually looks cool. I really like it. I want to play it.
Yeah, like anime is really like hype, like kind of pump me up a bit. Like I can even watch like. Have you ever seen like the volleyball anime?
No, Haikyuu.
Yeah. That made me want to play fucking volleyball, man. I was like, shit. And I'm like learning like little tips and shit from the show. And I'm like, oh man, I want to play volleyball. Or like if there was a basketball anime, and I was like, shit, I want to go play basketball now. But like now in life, it's weird. It's like I can understand the physical world way better than I did when I was a kid. Like I had absolutely no like physical awareness when I was a kid, like absolutely none. But now it's like I'm better at it now. It's weird. But I would always say for an INTJ, always stay away from being pessimistic. Like that is probably the worst thing you can do is be pessimistic about anything. Because that's like if you don't think you can do something, you're not gonna do it. Just like it's it.
Power of what you tell yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
How much time do you have left?
Dude, you take as long as you want, bro. Like it. I mean,
I was gonna ask two things.
Okay.
First off, what vectors did you see in me?
Well,
you're saying INTJ, you must have something to it. You know?
Like very early on, we noticed that it was very hard getting any information out of you. It was kind of like, and you were very nervous. Now you're like more relaxed. You were very anxious when you came.
Nervous.
But that's like your SE inferior was coming out. So that was very telltale sign there. And then you're direct and you're responding because like obviously it's like pulling your teeth out to get any information out of you. So with direct responding, progression, your journey focus, okay. That only leaves a couple, and then SE, you're saying people did this, people did that, So that's SE, and you're not an ISTP, and you're not an INFJ. So by elimination, you can only be an INTJ.
And yeah, you have no inner life friends, you know.
Wait, the audio quality on Shelly are kind of bad. I don't understand it sometimes.
I'm having a hard time hearing you too.
Yeah, we're having a hard time hearing you.
Oh.
Yeah. Overall, the quality is pretty shitty.
Yeah, I think it might be the.
You're all in America, right?
Yeah, we're in America.
I mean, that's probably it. You know, I mean, you're so.
Okay.
Hold on. Is this better?
Yeah.
That's better.
Oh, was that the issue, or did I cut out sometimes?
It might be the headphones.
I don't think you were cutting out. You're just sounding very faint.
Yeah.
I'm doing the laptop microphone. I think.
Yeah. That's probably the problem.
Yeah.
Probably just not very high quality.
Headphones.
Do you have any questions?
I was gonna ask another thing. What do you think of Socionics?
Me personally, I don't like it. I think it's the definition. Like a lot of those people in socionics, they kind of like evaluate you off of like things you've done to figure out your type, which is kind of like I don't think is that well. Like for instance, they would type somebody like not Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk. I think they type him INTJ or ENTJ.
Yeah, probably.
He's a blatant INTP, like, and then like the definition for things kind of conflict over. I mean, if you got like any grand vision of like where you want to be, and like you like bloodthirsty willpower on it, they're gonna be like, oh, he's an SC Dom. Like, no, you stupid motherfucker. Like this motherfucker is like manipulating shit with systems around it. But they'll be like, oh, he's ESTP. It's like, you're just fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah, I don't agree with the whole SI thing either.
it's just
Their new
they
revamp.
got funky shit, and it's like, just go back to the garbage can where you guys belong. Just stay over there in the garbage can. And it's like now they're they want more popularity and stuff like that, and it's like, dude, it's just wrong. I mean, Thomas, give your spiel on it because Thomas is gonna like get fired up about it.
I mean, I think it does get some things right, and I think, you know, I think if they tweaked a little bit, like about the definitions, it could be a much better system. But I think in terms of like the way that they actually specifically define certain things, it leads them to mistyping a lot of people. Like certain ENTPs, it'll mistype as ENFJ. Certain people like we said, Elon Musk will probably type as like an INTJ, so on and so forth. People like Donald Trump will type as ESTP, and they have their reasons for defining things that way. But I think ultimately it leads to a lot of mistypings and a lot of confusion. Me personally, I don't really have any specific like interest or use in it. At least not right now. I might dig into it a little bit more like down the road sometime, but I don't think that you should really mix and match like Socionics with what we're doing, because there's not enough like congruency between the two systems, and I think certain people are trying to do that. They're kind of trying to mix up like Linda Barron's with like Socionics, and I don't know that you could really do that. Again, like Socionics was developed separately in Europe or in like Ukraine or Russia. It's kind of like its own thing. So I know some people say that they find value in it. Me personally, I don't really find a whole lot of value in it. I think that there's more than enough like other people to study, like Linda Barron's, Dario Nardi, John Beebe, so on and so forth. Other people to get information from.
I just feel like it's like a rabbit hole of nothingness. I mean, there's like no real books out. There's no like you're just juggling around with people that say they know something or not. I don't really play that game. I like to go to the experts myself. What are the experts saying? What are the experts writing?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play this like secondhand shit, Oh, I think this, and then it's just like fucking just nothingness.
Dude, they lost me when I read that they think that an ISTJ is using SE. Like,
oh yeah, well, it's the function stack thing, yeah. But and then another thing is I don't think they have like a consistent way to type people. Like we have consistent methods to type people, and sometimes occasionally we do mistype somebody, but then we'll go back over it and we'll get the right answer. But we have like a checks and balances to like make sure that we're at least consistent. Whereas I don't understand like their methods for typing people. It's like, and I think Mercer's mentioned this before. Like a lot of it is just like trying to identify certain functions in certain positions, like, oh, this is this person's Trickster function, or so on and so forth. Like, oh, John Beebe's an ENTP for XYZ reasons. But meanwhile, I think we would type John Beebe actually as INTP. He's one of those INTPs that just comes across as more extroverted. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say right now.
Yeah, I just like, to me, it's just no consistency, and it's just like, just kind of too chaotic. And I like something I can point to and be like, this worked every time. Like I go to the bars, I can just sit at a bar and be talking to a girl for like 10 minutes and I can figure out a personality type. Okay. With that bullshit that they got on, they're like, maybe they're using SE mobilizing. Maybe they're using SE
exactly.
creative. Like, no. Okay, this person's direct, this person's responding, this person's progression, this guy's using TFI. He cares about, you know, popularity, stuff like that, fame, all this. And he's SENI, you know. Oh, this person INTJ, you know. And that shows because we bring people on here that like you guys, and we get INTJs, and then we do celebrity typers, we get INTJ, and it's like, look at the congruency here. The patterns is the exact same. The pattern don't change. Over there, they're like, this guy using, somebody goes, he's using SE mobilizing. And then the other one's like, he's SE creative. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Like, this is like, can we agree on something here? Like, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, you can like go on a type code, like let's say how Chase has, and then you know you just go on it. Let's say, you know, I don't know, you click direct progression. I don't know, you click custom water. It's like, oh, nice J, but then you see like initiating, and it's like, wait a minute, ISTJ is not initiating, so I must have gotten something wrong somewhere. Let me like verify this again. So,
yeah. I mean, the most powerful vector, I think, the number one out of all of them that you want to get right is this is just my approach that I've noticed lately is first, I'm gonna try to identify cognitive functions. Okay. That's like the first thing I'm gonna try to do. Because once I get those cognitive functions, I'm only down to 4 types. Then I could kind of like use stuff from there to kind of get it down. That's usually what my thought process when I'm trying to do a celebrity is like, let me grab these 4 functions first. Once I get the 4 functions, then I go from there. But when I'm doing a type in like with random people, I just take the information as they use it, as I get it. And I'm also asking questions so I kind of know where I'm going. Like if I ask you like, where do you see yourself in 10 years? That's an NI question, obviously. Okay. What do you want to be remembered for? That's kind of like seeing, okay, does this person talk about FB related stuff? Or they talk about making an impact and things like that? Or like, so you can kind of like gauge it from there. But yeah.
Pretty systematic review, by the way.
Huh?
Pretty systematic review.
Oh, yeah. You better watch out there. Some people say I'm a ESTP. Some fucking monkey said I was an ESFP. Like, bro, you're a fucking monkey, bro. Get out of here, you fucking monkey. Like, I will eat you up on anything intellectually that you want to go on. Any debate, anything like that, I look forward to it. Let's go. But I think a lot, like especially for an INTJ like yourself, I would say build your confidence, man. And your confidence is going to come for like accomplishing small things, small little tiny things. Once you accomplish enough of them, then you build up your own confidence, and then nobody can tell you shit. But that will come with age, and just make sure you like, you know, you're doing the small things. How old are you?
21.
Get your ass in the gym too, definitely. There's no excuse.
I want to do that, yeah.
Huh?
I want to do that, yeah. I actually happened to, well, initially, it was with a coach only for 1 month though, because then we couldn't really afford it, but you know, I liked it. Like, because okay, some people be like, okay, I gotta go to the gym, or it's a chore, it's gonna hurt that. And I was like, wow, gym is really fun. I can do this, just exercise, and like, I don't know. Other people like and have to be disciplined, but for me, it's like I don't even need to be disciplined. I like doing it. Why would I stop doing it?
I just visualize it. Like, okay, I visualize like how I want it to look. Like, okay, I want to look like this. Okay, you telling me the gym is what I need to do? Okay, I'm gonna go do it. Like, but it's like a lot of times it's like I visualize it. And like when I first got into the gym, it was just me and Christian would just go in there, and I'm always the leader no matter what. And I would like figure out like workouts that we were gonna do. Like, and I just do like crazy, we just do crazy ass shit. But you'll figure out your way that you want to work out by doing that. By doing things, you know, just trying things, like even if it's just machines or whatnot, you'll figure out your way. Even if you don't have a gym, you know, you can do push-ups, crunches, sit-ups, dips, all
See, I
that.
would do calisthenics, but I have issues with like shoulders in the back, so I kind of stopped.
You said, well, I mean,
Cal-
just start with something, and like as you kind of gain more muscle, the like your back might get a lot better because the muscles will keep
No,
it
I mean,
right.
sorry, I meant I don't have a reliable exercise for back and or the shoulders, so you know that's why I stopped.
Handstands, handstands and shoulders,
Well, isn't that front delt?
huh?
I mean, I can think of like front delt exercises. What about real delt and middle delt?
Real
And
deal.
then what about the rest of the back?
Well, rear delt is like that's like face pulls or like what do you call it? Like the fly machine when you like you pull it backwards. Those lateral raises will hit your medial delt or your side delt. If you're getting pain though, maybe what you want to do is like you want to rotate your arms like forward, like your hands forward, because sometimes some people get impingement, and so impingement that's like when your tendon is actually getting like your bones are rubbing against your tendon, and that can cause pain, and then obviously down the road it can cause injury. I've never really had shoulder problems, but I try to be careful with my shoulders. You know, you don't want shoulder problems. You fuck up your shoulder, it's like that'll probably it'll be an issue for life. You know,
it's a ball and socket joint. It's a ball, so it's like a ball and socket joint. It's like it's one of the best for your body, but they're easy to fuck up. Ball and socket joints are easy to fuck up. Like hips and shit.
I seen a YouTube channel recently. Well, the video got recommended to me. The guy was saying that apparently push-ups are bad because it makes your shoulders really stiff. So let's say you can't do push-ups, but you want to progress to the next thing. You don't just want to like do push-ups for life.
I'm gonna tell you this. Well, go ahead, Thomas.
Well, I mean, no, I don't think push-ups are bad. I mean, a lot of it just comes down to proper form. If you're using proper form, then you're okay. But if you're doing push-ups and your form's all fucked up, like you got your arms all jacked out to the side, like you don't want you want like what I would say is look at some YouTube videos, like actually make sure you're using proper form when you're doing your exercises. If you're using proper form, then there's you could benefit from all kinds of exercises. Me personally, I was never really a fan of push-ups. I like doing like strength training. So strength training is like where you're doing high reps. I mean, high weight, low reps. That's what I like doing. But then you want to like cycle your training anyway. It's like every 6 to 8 weeks you want to change your protocol anyway. But you could do like 6 to 8 weeks where you're doing like push-ups or like lighter weight, and then you could like transition to doing like strength training. But regardless, you want to use proper form, and then especially when you get the higher weight, it becomes more of a risk to injure yourself if you're using bad form. I think the majority of weightlifting injuries are because people are doing too much weight and using shitty form. So,
yeah.
So, I mean, I think you're kind of at a beginner level, so just focus on like doing the exercises right, and then little by little, like raising the weight. And then once you get enough repetitions in, it'll be like be like second nature. You don't have to think about it.
Yeah, totally, man. I remember fucking. I'll never forget the shit. It was like third fucking grade. Seeing a kid doing push-ups. And they're like, "Hey, Mercy, you want to do push-up?" And I fucking blew in my head that I fucking couldn't do a push-up. But that shit motivated me. Hell no, I couldn't. I wouldn't get down there and embarrass my fucking self. And that shit gives me like anxiety and shit. But I went home and I practiced that shit. And the next time a motherfucker said some shit about push-up, I was like, but like I was not when they first like with that shit out, I was like, I ain't doing that shit because I already kind of knew in my head what was gonna happen. Like I'm not like a very body-oriented person. Like I knew early on, like in life, like body is not like I looked around and I was like, dude, I suck. And everybody else is good. And I fucking suck. I said, well, Mercer, we're gonna make the pivot. We're going straight brain. Like even as a kid, I'm like, I'm gonna make the most money with brain. Like this is what it is. Like I just threw that shit in the trash can. Like I was the worst kid and everything. So I was like, well, this shit's in the trash, okay. We're going straight brain. I'm talking about maybe second grade. I need this shit. But you can work on things because even if I was able to do it, you can do it. And I believe like everybody's in a better position than I was in. Like I said, when I used to curl, one arm would go up before the other one. My brother would be like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro? You're retarded." Or like when I was benching, one arm would go up before the other. My brother's like, "What the fuck, bro? I've never seen somebody this like." And my brother's entp. He's like, "I've never seen somebody this bad." And you just keep going and keep going. But yeah, that's the best advice I can give you, man. Anything else?
I asked about Socionics, but there's an even bigger one. What about four sides dimensions? Four side.
I think that there's a lot of Thomas, you want to go for that?
What's the question about
Four sides of the mind.
four sides? What do you want to know, or what's your question?
I mean, do you think it's valid or anything about it?
I mean, I think, I mean, to a certain degree, a certain level, it is valid. I don't know that there'll actually ever be any kind of research to support it. But I think that,
yeah,
you know,
I don't mean like literally, you know, there's 100 researchers researching.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, the thing is, if it is valid, then I think eventually we should be able to verify it with like brain scans or some kind of research. I think if there's validity to it. But that being said, I think at least when it comes to typing, that there is, you know, there's some validity to it. I do think that people who go down that rabbit hole, they kind of get more confused than anything, because then it's like, you know, people start questioning their type, and it's like, oh, well, maybe I'm not an intj, maybe I'm an entp in my intj shadow, or, you know, that people just start like gaslighting themselves about like their type. So it's I wouldn't say that I think it's invalid, but I have to question whether it's actually helpful when it comes to typing. Because you know, you got these people, oh, maybe I'm super ego focused, and then those people are just totally fucking mind fucked, like about their type. Well, you know,
there's a moderator that, you know, constantly, you know, he shits on people because, like, I have, you know, my demon angelic, and then he keeps talking about how, you know, the demon is not angelic, and, you know, oh, my trickster is actually mastery, and, you know, he talks about, you know, how those people don't actually have mastery.
Dude, there's absolutely no way you can master a trickster.
Yeah,
there's absolute.
I don't know why it's called mastery. I don't even know if Chase even thinks they can develop a trickster. It's just this guy saying it. I don't know what Chase says about it.
My thinking on the trickster is like, you need either somebody else, flat out, you need somebody else, or you need like, or you have to like kind of defend it with your other functions. There's like absolutely no way, kind of like what the guy was saying, like, hey, you know, you was ripping me or whatever, and you didn't even realize it. It's like you need like somebody else to kind of like point out, like, you know, holy shit, like, oh man, you know, if he trickster or
sucks
not.
about text, because you know, people type, but I can't visually see them, right? Because, like, okay, well, if they're angry, you know, they look angry, right? I was like, okay, I can guess that they're angry, but it's text. How the fuck do I know how they feel? I can't tell how they feel. I don't have anything. Maybe they hit me. I don't know.
Yeah, me personally, I don't like. There's no defense for the trickster. The only thing you can do, I think, awareness is probably the best thing that you're gonna get out of it. Like, okay, I have low FE, so when I think about things or I go about things, it's like, let me try to understand other people's feelings, or let me put that into like my thought process, you know. Or when somebody tells me they feel a certain way, then I'm like immediately like, you know, I'm let off. Like I'm gonna just let it go. But
as far as I can tell from the theory, assuming I'm right, demon is better than trickster.
Yeah.
As in, well, because they say you disregard the demon, so technically you can use the demon, but of course it's gonna be like weak because it's a demon. It's super weak. If I'd say if anything from the shadows, probably strong, and even strong is really iffy for me. But maybe Nemesis and Critic would be. Otherwise, Trickster almost unusable, and then Demon pretty rare.
Yeah.
I don't know. My theory is that we like put so much care into our child function that we like completely ignore that our trickster function.
Yeah, because the literature says to actually develop yourself, you have to forego the child's function. So if you're an INTJ, that means you have to kind of like forego your FI, and that'll allow you to work on FE, and through the trickster will allow you to work on your inferior function. So that's what the literature says. Shelly, don't make that fucking face off. Don't make me fucking pull that shit out of the fucking book for your ass. Is I fucking
what? I have no desire to work on FE. Sorry.
Well, hey, you'll never be fully developed. That is what it is. I mean, hey, I mean, some of the INTJs you see though, you can kind of see that they kind of gave that up a little bit. Like Arnold, you don't really see him like, yeah, he's happy and shit, but he's giving up a lot of shit for people. Giving up a lot of shit for people. It's almost like he cares more about people than he does, but he kind of goes about it in his own way.
I know, but like that would be just you satisfying your child and your inferior function.
Basically, if you're an INTJ, you
do things for people and like giving them a good experience, it makes you feel or us feel good about ourselves. Like to do that for them, to see, like to bring them happiness. So like, yeah, I mean, I don't know that necessarily means that he's using FE.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like he's kind of like giving up his FI. Like, oh, what's important to me? Me. You know, FI is me. What do I value? Kind of what's important to me? All that. It's kind of like, oh, I want to help these people. I want to help these people. So it's kind of giving it up. And I'd say Arnold is probably one of the best INTJs out there. My thought process is what I've seen is that if you want to like basically master your functions, you got to think about the opposite type. Not the opposite, but the opposite. Like, so ENTJs fucking hate FI. Okay, they fucking like they kind of throw FI in the trash. Okay, they want to get away from FI, right? INTJs hate SE. Like they don't want to use SE at all. They'll come up with master plans to get away from using SE. Like, I don't give a damn what. They will literally come up with this 3D fucking plan to get away from doing a little bit of SE. So basically, you got to start thinking like an ENTJ. Oh, shit. Fuck my FI. You know, fuck it. You know. And the ENTJ has to think of like the INTJ. Okay. Fuck SE. More FI. And that'll allow you to be better. That's just the simple way that I thought about the easiest way to work on that. It's like, okay, if you're an ENTP, you should think like an INTP. You know, care more about your comfort, care more about your health. Like, you're never gonna see an INTP kind of like sacrifice their health for some shit. You'll never see that shit. Like, they're like, oh, like my INFP best friend, like I don't give a fuck. Like, she gonna be comfortable first. And then like my ENTP brother, he's always doing crazy shit. Always doing crazy shit. And then he wonders why like he has so many scars and all this other shit, or like he's always hurting or something, because he's always doing crazy shit. Like, oh, he'll go travel over here or travel over there. And I'm like, dude, you're making yourself uncomfortable. Like, INFP, like, ain't going for that shit. So it's kind of like they should incorporate each other. Like, the INFP should be more adventurous and try different things. And the ENTP should take more security and better care of their health or in their own comfort. So that's all SI and shit like that. That's what I saw. But that's me.
Yeah, so it's a source of stress. So psychologically speaking, people would just opt to cope about it instead of trying to face it.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, you'll see INTJs coming up with master plans to get away from SE. Master plans. 3-dimensional. It's like, bro, just use the SE, man.
Oh man, I have to walk through the house. I'm gonna like figure out 10 things I can do on the way.
It's crazy.
Talk about it once.
Just a little bit, you know, if you had just used a little bit more SE and stop using FI. I mean, to be honest, the world doesn't give a fuck what we value. The world doesn't give a fuck what Mercer values. They don't give a fuck what Thomas values. It gives Thomas value for what Thomas can do. So it's like, fuck FI. I'm like, fuck that shit. What the fuck is that shit? You got to get the shit done. The world doesn't care about what I value. It doesn't care about anything. The world doesn't care about you until you become somebody significant. Outside of that, everybody's a fucking pawn.
But I just wanted to say something about the four sides and like the trickster and all that. So yeah, Chase actually, he does talk about mastering the trickster function. I think he talks about that in season 19, which is like the personal development season where he he basically he sells people dreams about what your type can do, and but there's not like a single example of anyone doing any of this. It's just like him being an ENTP selling people dreams. But yeah, as far as developing or mastering the Trickster, I think that's a pipe dream. And I don't know which moderator that you said this, but yeah, I don't think there's. I'm sorry,
Mr. White.
Mr. White.
Right. WRIGHT.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, that's to me that's a pipe dream. You're not. It'll take a lifetime to master your Trickster if you ever do it. What I would say about the Trickster versus the Demon is it's not so much that the Demon is weak. The Demon can actually be very strong, but we're constantly avoiding using the Demon is what it is. So for me, for my SI, especially like when it comes to my past and my experiences, it's almost like I almost have like a trauma response to my past and my experiences. Like I don't want people bringing shit up. I'm constantly running away from it on some level. Yeah, I was just talking with somebody last night about the Demon also, like just how each Demon function kind of plays out. Like FI Demon is kind of always avoiding like what they value and what they feel, so on and so forth. So yeah, it's not that the Demon's weak. We're avoiding dealing with it. Or like Mercer as FE Demon, he doesn't want to deal with being ethical or taking care of people's feelings. He doesn't give a fuck, you know. Whereas for you or me or Shelly, we have FE Trickster. It's not so much that we don't give a fuck. It's more just a lack of awareness. And, you know, the reason we don't give a fuck is because we're not aware, you know, it's just more of like a blind spot. I think you can, you can improve your empathy or understanding of other people's feelings to a degree, but on some level that it's always going to be kind of a weakness. Like, I feel like I'm better at, like, because I've become more focused on it, I feel like I kind of gotten better at picking up on body language or picking up on certain cues. I can tell when people are upset. I can validate people's feelings. Like, you know, validating people's feelings. You're just listening, and you know, you're not saying that how they feel is wrong. It's like, okay, you feel that way. I understand how you feel. How you feel is valid. But I can't do it from like an FE perspective. Like I generally don't feel how other people feel. And often people could be upset and it doesn't really, I could tell they're upset, but it doesn't affect me. Whereas like an FE user would be affected. Like it's, oh, like I'm feeling your pain right now. So yeah, that's just.
I was going to say, it just doesn't make sense to me. Like when other people are upset, like I can't understand why a lot of times.
Yeah, I get that often. I think for INTJs, when other people are being emotional or upset, it's like to us, they're just being illogical. It's like we can have trouble understanding that. And again, I think that goes back to Trickster FE. We have trouble understanding feelings. We have trouble understanding relationships themselves, I would even say, in general.
It's even like, I can say, see the person, like we can imagine I can see someone, but like, so what do I do about this? Like, okay, they're angry or they're this, but like I have no idea how this is supposed to be fixed.
To me, it's like when I hear people, like they'll be saying something and I'll give them a solution. Like it's almost like they don't even want the fucking solution. Okay,
they don't.
That's how default too. It's like, I guess if you do this, it's gonna solve the problem.
It's like you do this and this will go away, or you do this and it'll go away, or you should read this book, you know. And they don't want to do that. To me, it's like fucking just draining. It's like fucking they can zap my ass so quick. It's like I can't be here. Like I just no, like hell no, like out of here, gone. Motherfucker goes to crying, Mercer's out. Bye.
I need to do something really quick. I'll be a second.
And yeah, I don't know. Shirley, how's it for you?
For what? I didn't.
FE just drains the shit out of me. It's like
I don't know.
I need a nap.
I think my first response was to go to anger. Like INFP's constantly crying at me, and I'm like I don't know. I just get angry at her. Like, you're being, you know, irrational. There's no reason to be crying. Like, use your words. It's like, can you think before you like filter it through that? And she's like looking at me like I'm Satan. So yeah.
Oh Jesus.
All right. Well, you got any other questions, man? I got the mega live in like 40 minutes. And I probably need to nap.
No, I don't think I have. I don't think I have anything else. I'm gonna let you.
All right, brother. Well, I hope to see you on the mega live. It's been a pleasure, man.
Yep,
And
I'm gonna be there, man.
it's easy to see that you were an INTJ. So it's like
Yes,
pretty
thanks for the
easy.
time.
No problem, man. All right, take it easy. See you guys in a little bit.
Yep. See ya.